Hello guys, welcome once again. And in today's video, I'm going to show you that how can you use a switch statement within Java. Okay, so in Java, in the previous videos, I have shown you how to use if-else statements. So what if you have so many if blocks to execute? Okay, so what if you have consecutive 5 or 6 if blocks? Then what you're gonna do, that you can use a switch statement in order to reduce your work, or in order to reduce the runtime or whatever, so things like that. So what you will do for your easiness, you will use a switch statement. So what is the basic syntax of switch statement? I'll be discussing that, I'll be getting into that, and I'll also be discussing that how can you actually use a switch statement. I will show you by using an example, by giving an example, right? So let's get started and let's see how can we actually create a switch. Right, so for that purpose I'll write here switch, and I'll put the parentheses on and then the curly brackets on, and you're almost done with your switch statement syntax. But in here you need to define, or you need to write a variable essentially, and with that variable, with respect to that variable, we'll put some cases here, or we will put some conditions here, and those one of the condition or one of the case, if it is satisfied, then the statement that is under that case is going to be executed. Okay, after the execution we will be having a break statement inside of each case, and that break statement will take the cursor out of the switch statement. So it means that it is not going to execute the rest of the cases, but what it is gonna do, it will execute the valid case, and then it will come out of the switch statement, and then it will execute the rest of the program. Okay, so I hope you have got the concept here. So in my case I have this integer output value. So in here you can write character type. Okay, you can also write integer type, you can also write short type, you can also write long time, whatever you want. Okay, so I have integer type here, the output is 120. So I will write here output, and you can see that the error is gone now. Okay, so now output value is 120, right? So I'm gonna be defining here a case 120, which is gonna be what, that system dot out dot println, let's say very expensive. Okay, and now what I need to do, I need to write a break statement here, so that whenever this code gets executed, it should break and come out of the switch statement, because switch statement is gonna have a lot of cases, right? So let's just copy paste. Okay, I'll make 3 cases. Okay, let's say this is 100, and let's say this is only 20. Okay, so now I have 3 cases, but what if that this value or these cases, all of them are not valid? In that case I need to have a default case which will be executed if and only if these 3 cases or all the cases in the switch statement are not valid. Okay, so I will write here system dot out dot println, and inside here I'll write cases are not valid. Okay, so I'll edit that and I'll turn it to expensive, and let's say I say it as cheap. Okay, so these are the 3 cases in my switch statement. Okay, I could have also done it by using if statement, but this is an easy step. So let's execute the program and let's see the running of the program, what actually it says. Okay, so if you see that my value of at the output is 120, right? So what will happen, that it will come checking these cases. It will check the first case and it will have it. Okay, it will match this value with this, so it will come to know that 120 is right here. So it is going to execute this block of the code, and when it will print that, then it is not gonna come down to execute that because of that break statement. So after executing this, it will come to the break statement, and then what will happen, that it will break out of this switch statement and right come to here. Okay, right after the curly bracket. And as I don't have any code written here, so my program completion will be done. All right, so now let's run our program and let's see what we have on our output. So right here you can see that I have very expensive on my output. This is the text that got printed in this case, right? So after that, let's say I have the case number 2 is 100. So let's say I have a value of 100. So what will happen, that it will come checking case 120, it will not match, so it will skip that and it will come to the next case. All right, so it will match, right, 100 and 100. So it is going to execute that line of the code, okay, under the case 100, and then it will come to the break. So that means it is not going to execute any of it, any part of it. So now it is coming out of the switch statement. Okay, so when I will execute my program, you will see that it is telling me that this is expensive. Okay, so on my output, expensive got printed. So now if I change my output value to the 20, right? So most of you have come to know what is gonna happen, right? So it will come here, it will check this, it doesn't match, it will skip that case. It will come to the second case, it doesn't match, it will skip that case. It will come to the case 20, it doesn't match, it
Step number 3.
is okay, it actually matches. That's why what it is gonna do, it is gonna print that out. So when I will run my program, you will see that cheap got printed. Okay, and then it will break and then it will come out. So let's say now I have the value that doesn't even exist in any of the cases, so it is not one of the cases right here. So it will come check this, it doesn't match, it will come to the next case, it doesn't match, it will come to the next case, it also doesn't match, so it will come to the default case. Okay, and then it is gonna print that out. Okay, so when I run my program, it is telling me that cases are not valid. So these are some things about switch statement. I hope you have enjoyed this video. So thanks for watching, and please rate, comment, subscribe. Bye for